Well, good day to you. Hope you are very well. It's an absolutely glorious sunny day here in London, and I just been sitting out here catching a bit of vitamin D, I think they call it, making sure to put some sun cream on, that's for sure. But I've just been chatting with some people literally around the world on WhatsApp, and it's been a really interesting time, and I want to do this Facebook Live because I just feel inspired right now. I feel really inspired, but first I want to tell you something. I believe in my heart of hearts, you're unique. You've got greatness within you. You've got something really special to do on this planet. I don't know what that thing is. I have some feelings about what those things are for me. But today I'm not going to be talking about me. I'm going to be talking about you and some of the challenges that people face and maybe you face right now. I've titled this Facebook Live, I just don't have the money to get started. I don't know what your dreams are. I don't know what you feel your purpose on this planet is to do. I don't know what opportunities are opening themselves up to you. But what are the things that are holding you back? And so often I hear people tell me, I just don't have the money to get started. It's great. I just don't have the money. Or I'll wait until I have the funds. I'm just trying to get the money together. It's too expensive for me. I can't do it. I don't think I can do it. And often I find that the reason why people think they can't do something is because they don't have the money. And in this lockdown time, I've really been thinking and talking to a lot more people, and money is tight. I think I live in London, it's an expensive city. We all have bills to pay. There's two things guaranteed in life: bills to pay and death. Now, I want to just share with you some thoughts. Just a few thoughts that I hope will help you. And if it helps you, then you can help someone else with these thoughts, either by sharing or just telling them these things, Number one, you can do it. Anything you put your mind to, you can achieve. What the mind can believe and achieve, conceive, you can do it. Napoleon Hill, I believe, said that. If you don't know who he is, look him up. If you really want to achieve something, you can do it. I'm a Christian, and in my favorite book, the Bible, it says that all things are possible through Christ who gives us strength. So with Christ, you can receive his strength. You can do anything. The Bible says we will do even greater things than the things that Jesus did. So what wise people do? They seek the best teachers. The wise men, why were they called the wise men? Because they had the gold, the frankincense, the myrrh? No. It's because they sought the best teacher. Second thing I want to share, a thought. If something's too expensive, you can't afford it. Well, it's only expensive if you can't afford it. Expensive is too expensive. That's a relative term. It means you just don't have the money. So then my question will be, how hungry are you to change that situation? How much do you want to get out of that situation where it's not expensive anymore? Because if you believe that opportunity, maybe that business that you want to start, the reason why you want to do the business is to improve your financial situation, improve your lifestyle, then where there's a will, there's a way. £500 to start a business that could be your ticket to freedom. How much do you want that? I use the analogy sometimes. They say, if I could give you a brand new Range Rover, if you just need to come up with £500, $500 in the next week, would it take you that long? Or if your mum, let's say, she was somewhere and obviously your mum you love the most, and she got in some trouble in the town and she got arrested and she was going to be in a prison cell overnight, maybe down in Mexico or somewhere. Sorry, any Mexicans listening, but pretty tough jails down there, I think. but you could bail her out. You could get your mum out of jail for £500. What would you do? People will always say, I'll find the money. Get my mum, she's my mum, of course I'm going to get her out. I'll find the money. Range Rover, oh yeah, like, well, that's my dream car, whatever. They find the money. You see, you will always find the money when you see the value of something. So the problem isn't that you haven't got the money, it's too expensive. It's just you haven't seen the value. And this is what I do in business. I'm not a salesperson. I'm an educator. My job, my passion is to educate people. And one of the topics I'm very passionate about, and it pertains directly to business, is financial education. And this leads me to the next point. For things to change, first we have to change. Otherwise, all we have in our pockets is change. One of my mentors taught me that line, I like that. We have to have a mindset change. The reason we are where we are in our life today is because of decisions we made in the past, am I right? So if we want our future to be better, we have to pay very close attention to the decisions we make. And can we agree, we've all made bad decisions in the past. And if you'd had better quality information at the time, maybe you wouldn't have made those stupid decisions, right? So for us to make better quality decisions, we need better quality information. And this is something I've observed. I've observed it and I've also read about it. There's a big difference in people's mindsets. Now, if we divide people up into two categories, employees, which is the majority of people who are generally doing fairly well, maybe not so well, you know. And then you've got business owners who maybe are doing really well, maybe they're not doing so really well. Just because they're a business owner doesn't mean they're rich, you know. But they're on a journey, they have a different mindset. They're building a dream rather than just working for someone building their dream. So I think so many of us want to be entrepreneurs. We want to be our own boss. We want to work when we want, where we want. And the role of, I believe, an entrepreneur is to solve problems. And I love to solve problems. And we're living in difficult times, and we can complain about the problems. That's a negative mindset. We can blame the government, blame this and that. Or we can look for finding solutions. And that's what the entrepreneurs do. And it's in times of crisis that actually a lot of opportunities open up. There's a lot of problems. There's never been more problems to solve. And if we can solve a lot of problems, you can also make a lot of money. So don't focus on being the best, being the most clever, but focus on whose problems can I solve today? What can I do to add value to someone else? You might be in a difficult situation. Maybe you don't have much money, but what can you then do to help somebody else? Who do you know who's also struggling financially? What can you do for them? I'm not saying go and give them money. If you don't have money to give, how can you help someone else out, right? We're called to be blessed, to be a blessing. And if we make this mindset shift and realize that the poor mindset thinks about spending their money on pleasure, entertainment, okay? Whereas a rich person's mindset will look on investing that money in assets, in education. If you want to get good on finances, then you need good financial education. You need to take advice from people that are successful financially, all right? I mean, if you wanted advice on your health, you wouldn't go to the mechanic, right? If you wanted advice on your teeth, you wouldn't go to the physiotherapist. If you want advice on your health, you go to the doctor. If you want advice on a business, then you don't go to your broke auntie, uncle, cousin, friend, neighbor who maybe they're not successful in business, right? Just because you love them doesn't mean you have to take always their advice. So my mentor told me this. He said, not everyone's going to agree with you. And if you're going to do anything great, you're going to have challenges. Okay? Anyone that did anything great didn't do it on their own, and they definitely came up against opposition. I was just reading yesterday, and Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. And then it was the Pharisees, the religious rulers at the time, they wanted to kill Lazarus because of him and his going around telling everyone what happened. People were starting to follow Jesus more and more and more. And the religious leaders were very jealous, let's just put it that way. So if you're facing challenges right now, maybe it's because you're on the right path. Maybe it's because you're doing something good. You might have been foolish as well. But it's very, very important that you have the right mindset. I think like an employee mindset also thinks about saving money, making money and then saving money, whereas the rich will invest that money and reinvest it. Oh, there's a lovely blackbird up there. Can you hear it? It's very nice. Love the blackbird. Okay, the employee mindset or poor person's mindset will be they're exchanging their time for money. That's what a job is, just over broke or just on the way to broke or just obey the boss. I mean, a job's great, nothing wrong with a job. I was in a job for 10 years and I just knew I didn't want to do that for another 30 years and retire and hope to get a pension. I mean, the whole economy, the whole financial system in this world, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And if you listen to people that understand finance, and I don't pretend to be an expert on it, but I have been listening to some, people like Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he set up his Rich Dad organization with the purpose of educating people, improving their financial IQ. Because more money is not going to solve our problems, my friends. We might think it will, and yes, more money can help. But if we haven't got the right mindset, if we don't have wisdom to use it correctly, then we're going to end up just squandering it on our pleasures. And that's what most people do. If they have money, they go and spend it on pleasure, on a holiday, a new car, new clothes, nice watch. I'm not into all that bling bling. That's not important to me. You can't take it with you when you die. I believe the greatest success, the greatest value that someone can have is that they leave a legacy, they make a difference, and that they spend eternity in heaven and not hell. What is it profit a man to gain the whole world, yet forfeit his soul? Think about it. So what are you pursuing? What are you going after? And is your mindset right? Oh, I don't know if this thing is still recording. But it said the phone. All right, let's go to a slightly cooler place. It's saying that the iPhone was too hot. It was sitting in all that sunshine. Okay, where were we? We were talking about mindsets. Let's go into the shade, you know. Come with me. All right. Okay, how are we doing here? So, sorry about the interruption, guys. Thanks for holding on. Thanks for the waves and everything. So let's get to the end. Okay, so we're talking about mindset change. And the third tip, or maybe it's the fourth tip, is we want to get financial education. The wealthy people, the rich mindset, not necessarily rich in finance, but if you have a wealth mindset, okay, you believe that you can do great things. Okay, that's a wealth mindset. It's a victory mindset, right? Then you will spend time and you will spend money on developing yourself, growing yourself, okay? Financial education, if you want to grow in your finances, then get financial education. And that's sort of one of the main topics today, because I was talking about the problem that people often tell me, I just don't have the money to get started. And they let that be the roadblock that stops them, the obstacle. I use the analogy as well. If you're a footballer and you've got a free kick, now you've got a wall of men, women in the way. You've got the goalkeeper defending the goal and you've got the ball. Now what do you focus on? The ball, the wall, or the goal? You focus on the goal, right? Of course you've got to look at the wall and you've got to look at the ball. But your focus is on the goal and where you want to get to. So, in your life, focus with the end in mind. Where do you want to be? What kind of lifestyle do you want to have? What kind of wealth do you want to acquire? And most importantly, what do you want to do with what you receive? Because I believe if you can be trusted in the little things, then you... So, let's wrap this up. I want to give you a call to action. I want to invite you to start learning more about how you can grow your finances and work smarter and not simply harder. Can we all agree? I think everyone would want to increase their finances. If you've got enough finances for you, fantastic, well done. But what can you do for other people? Because there's a lot of people out there struggling right now. And I'm committed to helping people. And if this helps you, let me know, because I really want to engage with you and I want to help mentor you and take you to the next level in your life, because people have done that for me and I want to help others with what I've learned. But this is the call to action. Do something. If you want to climb a ladder, you can't do it with your hands in your pocket. I think somebody shared that today. I shared that. It's great. If you want to go somewhere, you've got to do something. And first, it's taking that first step, and it might require some courage. Well, anyway, this call to action is really, really simple. I'm going to be doing a webinar today at 3 o'clock, at 5:30, and 8 p.m. And another one tomorrow, which is Saturday, at 11 a.m. This is UK time. And then I've got some great mentors who are going to be speaking at 2 p.m. Anyway, I want to invite you to tune into one of these webinars. They're going to be about 30 minutes long. It's free. And at the end, I'm not going to be asking for your money. So don't worry if you haven't got money. No, the purpose of the webinar is to teach you how you can improve your financial education. Okay? And I'm going to finish with this story. This has really touched my heart. A little while back, I was in contact with a lady. Let's call her Sharon, okay? And she said, I don't have the money. And we had a conversation about the mindset. We had a conversation about how hungry is she to change her financial situation. Does she want to have a story which goes along the lines of, oh, I saw an amazing opportunity. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't have the money. I didn't get started right away. I saved. And then I had a bill come in, and then all that savings went on the bill. And then this something happened, broke. And then 6 months later, I finally got started. And then I started to make money. Or do you want to have the story that went along the lines of, I didn't have the money and I realized this is a problem and I wanted to change my financial situation, and I'm sick and tired of being broke and having no spare money. An spare £500 is not a huge amount of money. If you don't have a spare £500, you're in a financial crisis. You need an opportunity. You need a rescue plan. You need a financial advisor who really cares about you. And that's what I'm seeking to do, because if I help you to make money, I make money, okay? I don't charge for my time. I'm not a life coach. I'm not a coach where I'm charging for the hours. I'm not an employee. That's not how I work. I'm working on something much bigger and much better. It's all about teamwork, helping others. Because if you just help enough people to get what they need, you will also get what you want. And I love that. Jesus said it perfectly. If you want to be great, become the servant of many. Okay? So, the call to action is to connect with me and get on one of the next webinars. WhatsApp me, inbox me, comment below. I'll get in touch with you, send you the details. But this story goes like this. It had a great ending. You see, she listened to the mentor. She realized that for things to change, she had to change. And she's not going to let the lack of a few £100s stop her from pursuing something that could help her achieve her dreams. She went away, she found the money. She borrowed some money from one of her sister or something. Anyway, she got started. And today, she has an organization of hundreds of people in multiple countries. And she's making probably more money sometimes each month than she paid out at the beginning. Okay? But she's on a journey. She's on a journey. And you know, something else that's really helped her succeed is she's been coachable, she's been consistent, she's been persistent, and she's been a learner. She's learning. First, you've got to learn, then you can earn, all right? If you go to university, you spend a lot of money, you enroll in the course, you do 3-4 years, getting a lot of debt to get a degree to hopefully get a job. You're doing a lot of learning. Why do you spend all that money? Because you believe that if you get the degree, you can get a good job. And that's a topic for another webinar or another live, talking about the difference between a job and a business. What's better? There's pros, there's cons. I've got so much to share on that. I just love doing what I do. I'm working right now from my garden, yeah? You think I'm working? Yeah, I'm working. I'm working from home. This is my house. This is my garden, you know? Hey, check out these. You got to check out these. I love a bit of gardening. I planted these a long time ago, called alliums. They come up once a year. Well, they give me a lot of pleasure. I love seeing these flowers. Absolutely beautiful. So my friends, thank you for watching. Whether you're watching this live or watching a replay, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys taking the time. I hope it was helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you. And if there's a topic you'd like me to talk about, let me know. I'm not an expert, but I can learn. I'm willing to learn. And I believe that leaders are readers. So maybe we should talk about some books and things. But anyway, I'll love you and leave you. God bless. Have a great day. And we will see you soon. But make sure that in this lockdown you get out there and enjoy some of this lovely weather. And stay safe, stay well. And we look forward to a brighter future. I believe the world is going to be a better place in many ways. It's going to be different, but I believe a lot of good is going to come out of these challenges. So what good is going to come out in your life? It's going to be connected to what you do, the decisions you make, the people you spend time with, what you're learning, okay, the books you're reading, the things you're listening to, what's going on in your mind. So I only really encourage you to take advice from people that you would want to swap places with. Focus on the positives, not the negatives. Surround yourself with people that lift you up, that inspire you to go further. And that will mean making some changes to where you spend your time, where you spend your money maybe, where you spend your social time, etc. Use this time to learn. This time of lockdown is a great time to learn, to search your heart, to think about what are you here on this planet for? What happens when you die? You know, what happens when it's an important question, and that's another topic I can talk about another day. So with that, I wish you well. God bless. Thank you so much. I love you all in this virtual world. We'll see you soon. Take care.